Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another movie review. And today, yes, I checked out another movie. Awesome. I know. I had some other videos lined up and they're still there, so they're going to be uploaded. I don't remember what they were. I got to rewatch it. But I did check out Straight Outta Compton. This is a great movie. Well, okay, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit. So, here's the thing about this movie, okay? If you're a fan of NWA, Dre, Cube, Eazy, MC Ren, if you're a fan of that, if you're a fan of that whole, everything that happened with Death Row Records and everything like that, even if you're a little bit of a Tupac fan, because he does make an appearance in the movie. Well, I mean, a person portraying Tupac, not Tupac. That'd be kind of weird. Anyways, so if you're a fan of that, you're kind of going to be starstruck a little bit, because these guys look a lot like they look, I'm sure. The person who plays Ice Cube is just uncanny how much he looks like Ice Cube. Which I wonder if, I think it might have been his son, but I could be wrong. But I mean, he looks too much like him not to be his son. That's what I'm thinking. If he's not his son, that's nuts. Anyways. But you're kind of going to be starstruck when the movie starts, and, you know, within the first, 40 minutes, you're watching all this stuff unfold, how they got famous and how it came to be. That it tells the story. But halfway through the movie, I'm not spoiling anything, really. I'm just telling you how the movie is presented. And that's where I kind of did like the way it's presented. I started yawning. Yesterday, I recorded a video and I just deleted it because I yawned like 500 times during the video. But anyways, my problem with the movie was that when it got to the part where I was kind of interested in, like, how are they going to explain, well, I mean, I'll kind of explain it. So, there's a beef that happens within NWA. They get in altercations when they have separate groups kind of facing each other, fighting each other. Not really shooting. Did they shoot at each other? I don't think so. It's mostly just, diss tracks and things like that. But they had a little bit of a beef with each other. And they never knew why, really. It all had to do with Eazy and their manager. Something going on with them. And they weren't really getting paid. I'm not really spoiling the movie. I mean, I would still watch it. But I'll give you my complete opinion at the end of the review. But when it got after that part, they kind of jumped quite a few years, and they started showing, Dre breaking off from Aftermath or Doom, Death Row Records, and making his own, and he was still with Suge Knight at Death Row, but you could tell he was getting frustrated with their unprofessionalism and things like that. You had Ice Cube, who was working on Friday at one point in the movie, and he had already written and produced Boys in the Hood at that point. So they kind of jumped ahead quite a bit. Didn't really talk about, like what inspired Cube to start doing movies, all that. They never really said anything about that. And that's a part of the movie that I think they should have put in, even if, like, when they released the DVD, they would have added that in. Maybe they had to cut it down, for movie things. But I mean, that's kind of I would think somewhat them being able to do that and that and that. How did he get that? How did he do this? And I guess my problem was, like I said, they just kind of skipped ahead. They never really showed MC Ren, which my thing was, MC Ren, I don't know if he really did anything when he wasn't in NWA. And I remember this time period because they had a part in the movie where they showed MTV, or the voice was the guy off MTV. But I think when they showed it, they showed an actor, and they had that voice coming out. That was his voice. You know who it is. I don't know what his name was on MTV, but you know that voice that, you know, announced Kurt Cobain's death and announced, you know, Eazy-E's death. And he also announced that Eazy had contracted AIDS and was in the hospital. And I remember that. I remember that happening. I remember kind of catching a glimpse of that. And, you know, and I remember after Eazy passed, they had talked about getting NWA back together. And I think that, I was trying to think the other day who was going to be the fourth guy. Because I knew they were going to replace him. I think they might have come out with like one album. But I don't know. They either did not come out with anything because it just didn't work out, which I think that was the case. But I could have swore it was Exhibit that they were going to put in there. But I don't think that would be that good of a fit. To be honest, it should have been Too Short. If they were going to pick somebody to kind of embody Eazy-E to be put in NWA, I think Too Short would have probably been the guy to go after. But I'm pretty sure it was a mainstream guy like Exhibit, which he had, you know, he had a few singles, and I think everybody knew he was pretty good. And maybe he's from the area. I don't know. Maybe that's why they decided to pick him. I'm pretty sure that's who it was, though, that they were going to put in NWA. It was either that or Method Man. I doubt it was Method Man. So that's why deep in my head, I'm thinking it was Exhibit that was going to be in NWA, the reboot. But, you know, I think somebody watching this that's not really a fan of rap music would kind of find it interesting, but then the acting may not be the best at times. Paul Giamatti is in it, but I don't think it's a role that he's going to win any awards in, or did he win any awards in this? It came out a couple years ago. But I don't think it would have been a star-making role for him in this movie. This movie is one of those movies where... Dang, turn the air off. It's cold. This is one of those movies where it was really just a throwback film, because if you enjoyed the NWA music, you're going to get a kick out of everything that happens and supposedly happened in this movie that they put in. You know, you get the interesting tidbits in the movie that they threw in that probably was factual are interesting. And there are a few that I know caught me off guard, especially like when they show how Eazy, you know, started singing. Like, that's something interesting. Like, that had to have happened in real life to be added to it like that. I wouldn't think that'd be something they just make up and go, oh, you have trouble getting on the mic. It's like, when did that happen? Like, it had to have been sometime, you know, after, you know, had to have been, you know, something that happened. But anyways, so my opinion with this movie is it's probably a one and done kind of movie, in my opinion. And I'm and I like NWA. I'm not maybe like the biggest fan of NWA, but I like Dre, I like Cube. They're really good. I like Eazy. Haven't really heard much of MC Ren's stuff. I do know he does have a solo CD. I think he only put out like 1 or 2 though, and that's it. He didn't go very far. I don't think he had the connections that the other people got, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, there you go. I don't know what else to say about this movie. I'm trying to stop yawning any second now. I'm super tired. So, there you go. I'm going to check out probably another movie today or tomorrow. I don't know when. I'm trying to figure out what direction I'm going to go in. You know, sometimes me and my family watch a movie, and sometimes I forget about it when I watch it. So, there are a few movies I've never reviewed, so I don't know how to go about doing that, because I really, like I said, I like to have movies fresh in my mind when I review them. But you know, it is what it is. But there's my opinion. It's a one and done kind of thing. The rewatchability factor is, you know, it's not bad. You know, you can rewatch it. You know, but for me, if you've seen it once, you're not going to watch it for a while. The only reason why you might turn it on, like if you like the music and you don't own the CD, you might pop this in the DVD player and watch it. But anyways, that's all I got to say. My phone's dying. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll catch you guys later. Keep rocking and keep on watching movies. Later.